All right, Eric. What time do you normally go to sleep?
Oh, it varies. Either sometimes it's 10 o'clock, sometimes it's 2, 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's about the same for me. I wish Lucas was doing this one. Not like, I don't know, I'm not happy to record with you, Eric, but if he had to answer that question, he'd probably answer, I don't. Poor guy just doesn't sleep. And I.
That used to be me.
Yeah, and I'm sure Lucas won't mind me saying this. He's so loud. Whenever he stays at my house, we have to put him in another room. Because you'll just hear, like, he won't sleep for like 4 hours after he goes to bed, and then you'll just hear it. The lawnmower. Just a...
Oh,
it's like, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, just... Sometimes when you've had a drink and you stand there with a pillow in your hand, it's like, I could end it. But I need a host. I need someone to help me host Wiki Weekends. God, that'd be so easy. Let's talk about Nikola Tesla. So it's safe to say that the work and life of Nikola Tesla is quite well known to long-time denizens of the internet, thanks to the numerous websites and video channels, including this one, who've talked about the weird and wonderful stuff they do. I think one of our earliest videos on the channel is us talking about when he set a bunch of butterflies on fire. Are you familiar with this story, Eric?
No, I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, he had like a giant Tesla coil because, it's his. And apparently it was so powerful that it would just cause things in the environment around it to just become electrified, and just butterflies would randomly catch on fire.
I didn't burn down the school. It was the butterfly, I tell you. The butterfly.
He's crazy, boys. Get the taser.
And there was people like they'd turn their taps on and there'd just be like sparks flying out of their taps, and like their dogs would catch on fire and stuff. I was like, what the hell's going on?
That's pretty metal.
Yeah, but in addition to all that stuff, did you know that Nikola Tesla also didn't sleep once for an entire year?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so when I say he didn't sleep, I mean he did sleep a little bit, because I don't know what the world record is for not sleeping. It's about 17 days, I think. I'm not sure that it's going to be a fact bar on screen right now, but I think it's like just over 2 weeks, and the person just went mad.
Yeah, I didn't think it was possible to stay up like that long.
Mm-hmm. But like you could,
because your body needs sleep. You will die without sleep.
Like I think it's like lack of sleep will kill you faster than lack of food.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can survive for 3 months ish without food, as long as you've got adequate water and stuff like that, and you can sleep. But lack of sleep will kill you in about 2 to 3 weeks. Again, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but Nikola Tesla, in the very few interviews he did grant during his life, openly admitted that he rarely slept for more than 2 hours per night. So he had like that Batman tech on the go. You know that bullshit thing in the comics to say Batman only sleeps for 2 hours a day so he can master every martial art and form of science on Earth.
I speak for the rest of the board and Mr. Wayne in expressing our own excitement.
He does micro sleeps, which is, I think, just narcolepsy.
Yeah, it's also complete bullshit. Like, all those things are like, oh, we can teach you to only sleep for 2 hours per day, or you can trick your body into immediately going into like deep sleep right away, because I think when you sleep, you spend like an hour not in deep sleep, and that's not when you're getting rested. But it's mostly bullshit. But the thing I do know is the amount of sleep everybody needs is roughly the same, although some people can require less, some people require more. It's like roughly about 6 to 8 hours.
I mean, for me, it's anywhere between 9 and 10 hours lately. It used to be like when I was younger, 14 hours. I needed 14 hours of sleep.
No, you just had to have just a long, hard day of just sitting around, not doing much.
No, heavy drinking.
Oh, okay. And that reminds me of one of my favourite off-the-cuff jokes from a comedian. It's James Acaster.
Was on the sofa. I said, "Who's that?" She went, "It's Willoughby." I went, "Why did you knit him?" And she went, "To replace you."
He just has it sat down there, and he's a little teddy bear, he's got a little ascot, and he's got a little pocket square. He goes, "What's the pocket square for?" I was like, "I don't know. You got to mop his brow after a long day of being a knobhead." Just the idea.
Look at his face. Not happy, is it? That's not... She made him a jacket as well?
Of a teddy bear. Just a long hard day of being a knobhead.
That comes out. It's ridiculous.
What is that?
His little handkerchief for mopping his brow when he's had a tough day being a knobhead.
just cracks me the fuck up. Just the idea that just sitting there being a prick just exhausts you. I know what's up.
Cat's being stupid.
Well, speaking of just lounging around like a knobhead, it's like cats do that all the time, don't they? Of like they act like they're so hard done by. It's like when a cat yawns, like what rent do you pay?
Yeah, and my cat will just scream up and down the halls, chasing one of us to tell us that her food dish is empty, even though it's on an automatic timer.
What's
So
like
she's
the most
just
diva
like-
thing your cat's done?
The most what?
Diva thing. So like, while you think, I reminded of a friend of mine who had a dog, where if you didn't give it enough attention, it would take your shoes and put them in its water bowl. It's like,
Okay.
that's such a specifically dickish thing to do. Like, if you didn't
That
give it enough
is.
pets, you'd go, where are my shoes? And he'd take them and put them in his water bowl.
Because it is such a petty move. So my cat, when my wife and I first started dating, she's hanging out on our couch. We're holding hands. I'm laying down on a couch that is like bisecting another couch, and we're holding hands that way. And Jade gets up on the edge of the armrest while we're holding hands and puts her paw on top of our hands.
It's like, friends.
We have a picture of it too, and it's like, and she just stares Shannon down like he was mine first, bitch.
What are you doing?
My cat has the most passive aggressive looking face.
Oh, that reminds me. I don't know why. My old cat, he got to like 20. He had a good run. And my dad fucking hated this cat. 'Cause it was like bright white, called the Duchess, after like the cat from the
Okay.
Aristocats. And it's like every morning you go to school, he'd wash our trousers. They're perfectly like, pressed and ironed. You take one step into the front room, cat's like, just figure eight round all your ankles. For fuck's sake. Every time. You couldn't make it to the front with that figure eight round your ankles. It's like it knew when you'd done the washing.
Nice.
It was redonkulous. But no, bring it back to Nikola Tesla. Well, this does sound like bullshit. The people who knew him did report that he seemingly never needed to sleep, and he would be found working for days at a time. Like, people would see him working, go home, come back in the morning, still working, seemingly not moved from the position that he was in.
Nice.
And there's like a couple of stories of him working for literally days at a time before collapsing for about an hour, waking up and getting straight back to work. Like, that, he just didn't need that much sleep.
Still half an hour till dinner. Oh well. Yeah.
Ow!
You just had so much to give.
There's just so much in his brain that he just could not shut down, it seems. And my theory is that he just patented a way of sleeping with his eyes open, but we can't prove that.
And those.
Oh.
The funny thing is, like, Tesla had a sense of humor about this, and on the rare occasions he could be caught napping, when he got asked what he was doing, he'd say, just recharging my batteries. And what makes it even funnier is that he would occasionally sleep under the light of his own Tesla coil. Because he had a giant one, and there's like all those pictures online of him like just sat beneath his Tesla coil, which made it actually look like he was recharging. Like, do you know, in like the
Wow.
Prestige?
Isn't that a little dangerous?
Not if you invented it. If you invent something, it can't kill you. That's the rule, unless it'd be funny. Like, do you know that scene in like the Prestige where just David Bowie walks in, his Tesla, and he walks in as the Tesla coil's exploding all over him because he's grounded and it won't hurt.
So, this is the great Denton.
Tesla would do that to just like, introduce himself so people would know not to fuck with him. Like, he would read by the light of his Tesla coil. And I'm going to send you the picture. You might think, okay, what do you mean read by the light of his Tesla coil? There he is, reading by the light of his lightning machine.
Oh, what a wholesome picture.
He's not
That's so
wholesome, he's
badass.
badass as fuck, right?
I know. That's a great shot.
It's like, the thing is, well, that's a promo.
Right.
That's a Tinder profile photo right there. But his almost superhuman ability to go without sleep especially came in helpful when he was studying at, and I have it here, the Graz University of Technology in Austria. And according to his own notes, he would wake up every day at 3 a.m, the time when most students are stumbling in drunk, and worked until 11 p.m. every single day for an entire year, ignoring everything from Christmas to his own birthday. So 3 a.m. he'd wake up, 11 p.m. he'd go to bed, 4 hours to presumably, like, you know, eat shit, sleep, like, you know, shit, shower, shave, and wank, right back to work.
Okay, so what is the longest you've stayed up?
It's only ever been like 2 days. Normally it's like, I think when Baldur's Gate came out, I stayed up till like 6 in the morning, and I just looked outside and went, I'm not going to bed, I'm just playing more Baldur's Gate. So it's normally when something like that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really do it anymore, to be honest. Like,
you need to play Baldur's Gate. If you played Baldur's Gate, you would.
What in the sweet hells were you thinking? Activating that lance? I was right there! Gods! Do you have any idea how much that hurt?
Yeah, there is that rare game where, you know, you'll be up until the wee hours of the morning, so to speak. But I don't know. I used to work for a company called Utz out here, and you basically had to. It was glorified graveyard. You get up at 3 a.m. to run this route, throwing chips up on a shelf, and it was absolutely grueling. So having to go to bed at like 7 p.m. or what have you gave me so much issues, like as far as being able to maintain a regular schedule. It fucks with it so hard.
Yeah.
And then before that, I was on a night crew at a grocery store, which, if you don't know what that is, it's just you're throwing freight from a delivery trailer or what have you, and making sure the aisles are pretty before the store opens, what have you. And graveyard shifts are the worst.
And I do know from the numerous comments I've received over the years that there are many people out there who watch these videos who have less than ideal jobs. Then they've reported to me that these videos are the only thing keeping them sane. So if any of those people are out there, you are seen, you are acknowledged, and it's very much appreciated that this is what you choose to do with your time.
I was one of you.
What's the thing, Eric? You don't work the graveyard shift anymore, do you? Although you do as a writer, because you write lots and lots of things. And if people wanted to find some of those things and read them for themselves, perhaps to, you know, keep them entertained while they're working a graveyard shift, or just finding something to while away the hours, where would they find those things, and what are they?
You would find them all over Amazon and anywhere ebooks are sold. There's a couple in audio as well. Right now, I'm promoting Grimdark Magazine number 39, because it's the latest thing that came out, until September, when the Book of Hastur will be dropping from Crossroad Press, Macabre Inc. And yeah, if you like cosmic horror, if you like cyberpunk, if you like dark fantasy, then follow my stuff. You know, I'd say I'm pretty good. I got in at Grimdark Magazine. That says something, right?
Well, that's the thing. I've met a lot of writers in my time, and it's the ones where they like still like, I don't think I'm that good. They're the ones that normally are pretty decent compared to the ones like I'm not shit. Because those ones they think they're so good that they never need to improve.
You know, improving yourself. It's kind of like, you know, artwork or anything. I'm also an illustrator, a trained illustrator, and the only way you get good
work on screen right now.
All right, I'll have to send some to you.
Well, you got to promote your stuff, right?
Like,
that's the thing. I can tell how like nervous you are trying to promote your stuff. You're like me, of like, yeah, I do this, and then when you actually like lay out everything you actually do, it's like, oh, that's quite a lot.
Yeah. I have ADHD, so I have a lot of different interests, and you know, when I started out, I wanted to be a comic book artist originally, so I wanted to do the writing and the art, so hence why I have both skill sets. But you know, the only way to get better is to do it, to plant your ass in the chair and do it. So I don't even know how many short stories I've written at this point, especially of the Lovecraftian variety, which always trend long. Yeah. I was joking to my wife saying, I don't think I can write a cosmic horror story that is less than 7,000 words. It's not happening.
What? Yes. Like, you know, the site you like also work for, Top Tens. I used to write for them back in the day. And it's like, what, 700 articles I think I ended up writing back like them. And you don't realize that, you know, it's just slowly but surely, like, you know, refining the craft. Like for Fact Feed, there's like 1,000 articles in the archives. For Today I Found Out, they've still got articles in the archives. Every now and again I'll remember a fact and go, oh, I wrote that for Today I Found Out. I'll go check their archives to get the source for it. Oh, they've still got 300 articles of mine they've not turned into scripts yet. It's been 5 years. Like, there's just so much stuff out there. It's about just keep doing it. And it's like, same with Fact. There's like 1,000 videos on this channel. Like, it started as literally in a kitchen, and now I'm editing my own videos. That's a skill set I didn't have. Like, public speaking. Yeah,
same here. When I started ScienceGet, I didn't know how to edit videos, and it shows in the early videos.
It shows in these ones, yeah. And I'm not saying that I think I'm very good. I'm just saying that I think I found a niche.
Yeah. You're doing well.
I found one thing that I, in particular, am okay at, and I'm just going to keep doing that.
That's good. You know, find your niche.
So I'm just like the Turians in Mass Effect. It's like, there's nothing more noble than the person who finds out exactly what they should be doing in life and just keeps fucking doing it. But bring it back to Nikola Tesla and what he kept doing. So when he was working at, as again, one more time, the Graz University of Technology in Austria, as mentioned, he slept for like 4 hours. And it wasn't really sleeping 4 hours, that was just 4 hours he wasn't working. That 4 hours is when he basically did everything else in a day but work. And that does sound impossible, but his grades in his first year do bear out that he basically did nothing but study and submit research and work, because he had the highest possible grade in every single class that he took. And his tutors would later state that his work was so good and so above anything submitted by his peers that they genuinely felt he deserved a higher grade than they were physically, ethically, or literally able to give him. And, you know, as with most things in life, The Simpsons already made a joke about this.
Well, lobster or no lobster, this is still a very special dinner. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Lisa broke her own record by 2 whole pluses.
Yeah. We put that clip in.
Just the quadruple. Wow, 4 pluses. Naturally, no, that one's just like, you know, boobs. It's actually 3. But his work was so good that his tutors genuinely debated giving him a higher grade than perfect, because giving him a perfect grade undersold how much actual work he'd done. He also completed twice as many exams as all of his peers. Again, with perfect grades, largely because he was bored, because he finished all his other work early. So he finished all his work early, just took more exams, also aced all of those.
Man, he was just like a machine, wasn't he?
Basically, yeah. And just, you know, unlike us, like, you know, lowly mortals, when Nikola Tesla found himself with free time, he decided to just master another area of science.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just mastering another area of science.
I'm just inventing another area of science, right? I'm just going to invent alternating current, right? And just invent batteries.
You know, I could almost believe that he invented a teleporter at this point.
Yeah.
Look, yeah, in fact, there are just so many conspiracy theories surrounding Nikola Tesla. Like, they're ridiculous.
Well, it's like there's the death ray, right? There's like the room that invented death ray, and like supposedly there was a huge, big, like earth-shaking explosion like near his lab, and they rushed into his room to see what the fuck was going on. They found him smashing apart a box with a hammer, and he's like, "Oh, it's a machine. It can never see the light of day. It's too powerful."
There's that. I don't know if there's some truth to this, but the FBI raided his lab after he died, or what have you,
found a bunch of plans,
or they killed him, or something like that.
There's rumors that he got assassinated, yeah, but like supposedly invented a death. It was also he managed to get away with not paying rent for like 2 years. He gave a guy a box and went, "In this box is the secret to, like, you know, some super powerful, super cool tech weapons. Don't open it. Don't charge me rent, and that's yours." Like 2 years later, the guy opened it, and it's just like a bunch of just random shit from like Tesla's lab.
You know, well played, Tesla. Well played.
He was pioneering the art of the troll. But here's the thing, like, you know, when he was working this hard at university, his tutors were impressed, but also worried, because you can't keep up that level of just exertion without something's got to give. And they wrote letters to Tesla's father begging him to convince his son to maybe slow it down a little. You know, maybe just go get laid.
Maybe chill the fuck out.
Yeah, just chill a little bit. And what Tesla's father reportedly did is, when Tesla came home to show off his literally perfect grades, he acted indifferent towards him. And Tesla was very heartbroken by this and just, became dejected with work, which inadvertently may have saved his life and stopped his heart from exploding from stress or something like that.
Aww.
And
parenting.
Yeah, but here's the thing as well. Tesla didn't realise this until his father died and found the letters from his own professor asking him to encourage him to work less in his father's belongings. Yeah. And
Really
what Tesla
sad.
did for his second year, partly because his father discouraged him from, applying himself as hard as he had done that first year, and also apparently some German student was a dick towards him. He said, well, I've already got double perfect grades for the first year. I can just fuck around as much as I want. So he spent the next year doing nothing but gamble and drink. And he apparently got really good at gambling, as you might imagine, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He
and
just
apparently
mastered
he
card
lost.
counting.
Yeah, he supposedly lost and then subsequently won double his entire tuition in the space of that year. And it's worth noting that he did keep these fractured sleeping habits for the rest of his life. And as mentioned earlier in the video, on the rare occasions assistants or friends would catch him napping, he would joke that he was simply recharging.
He's starting to sound a lot like Harry Vanderspiegel from Resident Alien. He might have been an alien.
It really does sound like it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Just like odd behavior. Imagine him laughing awkwardly at jokes or what have you, trying to study human behavior.
Inventing all sorts of crazy bullshit.
It's almost like Mark Zuckerberg, He looks like a robot.
I will never get over that series of images of here's Mark Zuckerberg's waxwork in Madden 2 Swords. Look how lifeless and dead it looks. Oh no, actually no, that's a photo of Mark Zuckerberg in real life. Here's the waxwork. And he looks like less human than the waxwork.
He's a robot, right? He's gotta be.
A robot. He looks like such a robot.
You know who else is a robot?
Who's that?
Jesse Eisenberg. I believe he's a robot.
He might be. There's just those people you look and go, you're a robot.
I saw him in a weird horror movie called Vivarium. Pretty good flick.
Yeah.
But I hate Jesse Eisenberg, so I keep saying that the movie's biggest sin is making me stare at Jesse Eisenberg's face for nearly 2 hours.
Well, have you ever seen that quote from Jesse Eisenberg where it's people don't talk like this?
Yeah, he's not a good actor. He plays the same fucking role in every movie, and he was a good fit for Mark Zuckerberg because he's a fucking robot.
Oh yeah, so it's supposedly this is a Jesse Eisenberg quote from an interview. So Jesse Eisenberg, people say mean things to me on the street. Interviewer, example, Jesse Eisenberg, I get called Napoleon Dynamite because I have curly hair, live in New York, and I ride a bicycle. I always bike down 9th Avenue and there's this kid who goes to school there named Abraham. Every time I pass him, he calls me Napoleon Dynamite. He screams it out and his friends laugh. That was a fine movie, but I wasn't in it. What do you say back? I say, please, Abraham, I'm not that man. I don't know if that's real, because that's one of those shit posts that goes around. So we'll double check, because we don't want to get any factual errors in this channel. But it does sound like something you'd say.
Yeah. He doesn't know the golden rule about trolls. Don't feed them.
So yes, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, you can subscribe and comment feedback, all that good stuff. If you've enjoyed hearing Eric's thoughts and musings, you can go follow his links that you can find below to see more from him. If you want to see more from me, there's also links below. If you basically below this video are things you can click and they will support.
There's so much, Karl.
Yeah, there's so much. There's too much, some would argue. Too much. But you know what? You can be a judge of that.
No such thing.
Cheers, everybody. See you all next time.